out in 9th place. Grane, after winning a hand with 5-4, picks up 2 blackjacks.
What a hand this is. 6-handed. Extremely powerful.
Yeah, Lechner might have thought about a 3-bet there if he was deeper, but
I think Lechner might want to just calm. Oh dear, this is brutal.
amazing for Maru.
Yeah, you say brutal.
Yeah.
Maru's getting there. Brutal for who? Brutal, not brutal for me.
I mean,
Thank you very much.
Jackson the cutoff, and you're not.
It's 6-handed. This is just, come on.
It's a cooler.
Yeah, absolute cooler.
Not over yet, guys.
Listen, you know what? When Rambo was in the forest and all those marshals were around him, we thought it was over. They thought it was over then, but it wasn't, okay? Rambo finds a way out.
What did he do with his pocket jacks, Rambo?
Flop a jack? No.
I still have faith. Rambo gets out.
I like the queens.
Rambo gets out.
I'm going to take the underdog. I think the queens are going to win.
No flush.
Rambo versus the world. Oh, it's Rambo! It's Rambo!
Watch this.
It's Rambo!
He's not Rambo.
He's Rambo!
That is so sick. It really doesn't get. This game doesn't really get more brutal than this.
I had all the faith in the world that Rambo was going to pull it out. If any of you have watched First Blood,
I feel
you
horrible.
knew Rambo was going to win that one.
So this is how quickly things can change. Lechner got down to about 15, 16 big blinds. He's back up to 29 with some successful shoves. Shove over your opening raise is a very, very good way to accumulate chips.
He's done a real... Oh, we could get a race here, though.
Ayah.
This could be it. This could be it. This could be a moment. I mean, it actually should be. I think you have to call this with sevens, simply because Bertolli can shove the small pairs. He can shove small pairs. You're actually dominating him. You know, you don't love flipping, but I think to your point from earlier, you can't control every situation. You have to be willing to gamble a little bit, and that's the case here.
He has to call. He does call. We're going to
makes the
race.
call.
We're going to race for Bertolli's tournament life.
Yep.
Big pot for both players. Over 2 million in it.
We've got the qualifier versus the olive oil tycoon.
Bertolli, if he gets chips, he's dangerous. Won a big tournament recently in Uruguay, but he could be out if he can't improve here.
The dealer's about to give the flop. It's exciting. And here it is. 10, 6, 4, 2 clubs out there. Nothing so far.
Yeah, nothing going
for
on.
Bertolli's ace or queen.
Oh, look at that. Felt level camera. Down to just 5 outs.
And you can see him in the top right corner of your screen. An ace or a queen. It's the jack of hearts. Saw some paint there, but it's the wrong paint for Bertolli and the right paint for Lechner. And Bertolli is out. Grane is in trouble here.
Oh, wow. Rambo is in trouble.
Yep.
Does Rambo get out of this?
Does Rambo get out of this one? Larilla is he's a tough customer. Really good post-flop, so this is where he excels.
I see. Rambo needs some ammo, says Fun Times. He's absolutely right.
Does the Grenader have one more grenade in his pocket?
If he doesn't, we're playing heads-up poker. Oh, wow. Almost over. Running cards required.
Yeah, even Rambo might struggle to get out of this one. Help on the turn. Oh, wait a second.
There's always a sweat.
Wait a second.
There's always a sweat.
Rambo, in his last dying effort, can he find the jack? He cannot.
Rambo has entertained us. That's not his real name. Granier is his real name. He's our last Spanish player, our longest Spanish player standing. Kings is a good hand.
That's a good hand. Lechner's got a pretty good hand, too. I mean, there is a world. There are aggressive poker players out there that would move all in here with 9-8 suited. Oh,
Oh, he did.
Wow.
Snap. He hasn't really been doing that, and he's run into a monster, and this tournament could be over.
Oh, that's incredibly unlucky for Leshner. I mean,
That's incredibly unlucky.
I love the play.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
23 big, shoving
There's
with
nothing
9-8
wrong with
suited.
it. Just don't do it when he's got kings.
Yeah,
it's just bad luck.
Really bad luck. And this, we could be 5 cards away from the end.
Let's see if it holds
It's
up.
not over yet. Oh, what a flop.
There's always a sweat. How is this possible?
Always a sweat. By the way, if you see the flop, the funny thing is if he just calls.
It goes in. Yeah.
Well, no, I think he might even win it with the ace out there.
Maybe.
Oh, 33% of the time, he will hit a spade. Oh, now. It can't be the 5 of spades. Now it can't be the 5 of spades. Lorilla with a set of kings. Is this it?
Leshner Army praying for one of the 7 outs.
The river. It's the 10 of clubs and a full house ends it. A battle to the end.
Today is the first day of the main event of the World Series of Poker.
I feel focused, I feel great.
I'm not nervous.
I'll do the cold plunge before my workout.
Which way to my table?
I feel good. I had a great meal.
I'm just trying to soak it all in, you know, and enjoy it.
Maybe over there?
Hey guys, we are already in the room. So there's nobody here at the moment, but this is gonna be full in like 20 minutes.
Let's see. Yes, horseshoe silver. That way. That way. Table 625. When the day actually came and I was walking towards the main event, I had to look for my table for quite a while because it is so huge. It was so many people. When I sat down, I was pretty nervous, but also really excited at the same time. Let's go. This is for all the marbles.
I think it's just the allure of the main event. It's the hype around it. It's how publicized it is. Anxious is a good way to describe it. I mean, I've done this for 15 years, but this is a different animal. My initial table wasn't that friendly. Hoodies, sunglasses, professionals, no talking, no smiling. I was hopeful that that wasn't going to be the vibe the whole time.
I've been playing the main event for, I think this is my 4th or 5th time. At the beginning I would be very nervous, and also when I would bust I would be very upset. Now with a better mindset and more experience, it's just my job. I play tournaments for a living, so I'm just showing up to this one. Business as usual.
Well, I played the main event before, but because I did so well in the previous times I played it, I was a bit pressured, like I really want to make it better than the other days, but you just play and try to play your hands the best way possible and be focused and try to make it.
I feel ready, excited about this. Hopefully I make good decisions, hopefully I run good, and whatever happens, happens.
Poker players, poker fans, welcome to the main event. How's everyone doing? I wish you all the good fortune that I've had, all the run good that I've had, all the luck that I've had. So everyone, shuffle up and deal.
My table draw was difficult, especially for day 1. I had many good players, I think only 2 recreational players. On my left, I had Nick Schulman, and he's a great player. Yeah, it was a very unlucky draw.
I sit down, and they announce, you know, the shuffle up and deal. I get the big blind. I think I made some like corny joke about so unlucky, whatever it was, just to see how loose my table was, to see how friendly everybody was. Didn't get a great reaction, but whatever.
Dinner break, there is a lot of people, this is crazy. I'm currently with 102,000 chips, so doing pretty good.
First 4 hours of playing, I didn't win any pots. That got me pretty nervous. I was thinking to myself, no, this is not happening, man. Then I actually had a set of 8s, which is iconic because I had 888. That's when I won my first pot. It wasn't a big pot, but I felt like, okay, so now let's get this going.
First level was very bad.
I lost half of my stack already, but I'm going back to second level and just play my game, make good decisions. I just want to keep fighting, so let's go.
I managed to get back to starting stack again from 7200, and I was feeling like the cheap leader because my start was so brutal, and then things started going south again.
Well, my day one was a roller coaster. I lost a lot of chips, then it was back to starting stack, then it was down again, back and forth the whole day. Then I changed tables on the last level of the night, got in good with all my remaining chips, and lost.
It's the first time I bust on day one. Of course, I made mistakes, but in the most important parts was just like, yeah, things didn't go that well. I had expectations, and when we have expectations and we don't meet them, we kind of feel frustrated.
After playing good poker, making good decisions, busting the main event on day one, it doesn't affect me too much.
If you focus on the things you can control, I think you get at least more resistant to this kind of stuff.
Losing, busting tournaments, having losing sessions and streaks are part of the game. You gotta keep your expectations low. You need to hope for the best, but you shouldn't be dreaming with the bracelet yet.
I ended up bagging with 86,500.
I managed to finish day one with around 104, I think. So yeah, 888 got me going.
I bagged 79.8K in the main event going on to day two. But did you know I'm actually a two-bag boy? Because I have Earls of Sandwich. Gonna eat this sandwich? Because that's what winners do.
100K in a dream. We'll see how Saturday goes.
So tomorrow, day off to rest, and then I'll be back on Saturday with a lot of power to make it to day three.
Mystery bounty tournaments are a new sensation that combine the best.
Definitely not. Interesting.
Lessons again, Dirk? No, she's saying to me that she's saying, would I fold the ace queen or pocket eights? And I'm just saying, you know, it's different because it's last hand of the break. Maybe sometimes people don't play many hands. No, she was asking me the questions.
I think 2-4.
We should be back. You missed nothing. Not anything. You missed nout. So we're back. Everybody give us a thumbs up on Twitter, on YouTube and on Facebook. Yay, says Vanessa. Woohoo!
Yeah, it was a 20-minute break, so we literally missed the last 10 minutes of last session. We are back. And we'll run you through the table. Alex Montgomery in 1, Stephen in 2, Sahir in 3, Big C in 4, Gary Whitehead in 5, Cassandra Young in 6, Yazoo Yin in 7, and the Mad Turk. What a table we got for the next 2 hours. Good evening, everyone. We are back. It was Nettie on Twitch. Nettie come in, said hi Tara and Jay, boom.
That was it. Ian Needleman had a good shout today. Cardiff City at home. 7-1 they were at home.
Yeah, and straight off the bat to here in the cut-off sends his sub 10 BBs. Gary's got the jacks.
Good as he zippy back.
Where is Ian? We've had a rotation of featured table. So some new faces. for Gary. Well, some sweats, chop out, and a flush draw now for Zahir to go along with his queen.
And the 10 of clubs doesn't matter. Gary Whitehead takes out Zippy. Unlucky Zippy. Good to see him back at the tables, but not too long on the feature. He's got 3 brothers that play poker as well.
Is it?
3. All 3 brothers play. Won a Grand Prix in Walsall back in 2009, maybe? Oh, yeah.
The Grand Prix? What, the old,
yeah, no.
when you used to go to the football stadiums?
No, the old Grosvenor Grand Prix.
Oh, didn't even know we had a Grand Prix.
It was before the NPL and stuff like that, where they did a bit of a leaderboard on Blue Square, and he ended up doing very well. He could two or three of them, to be fair. How was the mixed grill, Ian Needleman? A mixed grill? A mixed grill? Oh. Sounds delicious. So use out. All in ace 5. Is this 2 in 2?
So Cassandra just shoving here, setting the short stack in for just sub 8. She's going to have a very wide shoving range, so Yazoo happy to call off with an ace, and that will seal the deal.
Absolutely, the 6-4 not getting out of this one. So Yazoo gets himself a double. Dixie on the table in seat number 4. Gary Whitehead in 5. Cassandra Young in 6. Rizal in 7. The Mad Turk. You've not heard him all day, Mehmet, and here he is. The Mad Turk. Hey Dennis, what happened? We went on break 5 minutes early. Jay needed a long extended break. So we said, you know what? Off we go. And that was it. We're back for the final 2 hours, maybe? I reckon 2 hours. 38 down to 23. However long it takes is however long we live stream. But I reckon within the 2 hours.
Oh, what? So now you're agreeing with me? 10:30, before 10:30.
No, I said overs.
Yeah, but
I've always said overs.
well, about 2 hours to take us up to 10:30. So now suddenly you're agreeing with me.
No, it's 2 hours. It takes us up to 11:30.
Yeah, you're a lot better than me in maths. 1 hour takes up to 10:30.
We weren't getting to 32. I won that bet. And then we're round about 11:30. That's what we reckon. So how are we doing, Vanessa? Now we're doing everybody else in the chat. Hope you've all had a good Saturday. Hope you backed the winner of the Grand National in Scotland. Number 11 it was. Number 11. the deck's back. We'll get the cards now. There we go. Good to have them on the feature. Is this the session when we get to 23? We're on 37. Who was the last out? Mr. J?
Last out.
We're down to 37.
Was Mark Bennett. We lost Zippy, and then Mark Bennett has just exited. How's the golf going, Jay? Very well, Ian. Very well. We've done a fourfold. 3 look like they are in. And then the one I am waiting on is Straka to beat Tom Hogue. And they are level at the moment with 5 to play. So we look like we got 3 or 4 up. And if Straka can beat Hogue, it's 3 out of 3.
Amazing. Oh, Jay. Just doing it.
I don't know what I'm doing, Tower, honestly. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing, but somehow it's working.
So, Gary Whitehead. Good to see you, Gary. 25 bigs for Cassandra, 22 for Gary. Bix is on 21 and Yazao is on 16. So they'll be hanging on because we have to get in. When we get in the money, or when we get to 23, everybody will be locking up some money. So we're on 37. Tomorrow's the final day. Show you what you can play here in Manchester. And don't forget, Manchester has got another 888 coming up in August. It's the big one.
The biggie.
10-day festival of the 888. We're here in August and not London.
King Deuce, lovely flop for Cassandra. Trip deuces. Gonna mix in a little sneaky checkity check, hoping for Gary to catch up or at least have a little stab at it. Gary not taking the bait. Cassandra gonna get it through. Small turn probe for 1BB.
So 37 out of 149. How many was it in total, do you reckon? It was 328. Brilliant numbers here in Manchester. 328, 149 today. Game down to 23, which is 15%. And then they'll play it tomorrow to a champion. All the graphics gone. How many players has this played down to tonight? 23, Maverick. 23. And we're on 37. Don't know what's happened to the graphics, unfortunately. We'll try and find out from the action tracker, as we've no graphics. But we will let you know Mavericks coming to play here in Manchester. Good luck when you come here tomorrow. Say hello to the team. Here we go.
That's definitely not Tig 7. It might be a different Tig, but it's not the Tig we just had.
Yeah, it's definitely not Tig 7. That might not have changed name.
I can check, got the iPad here, and tell you who's in 7. In seat 7 we have Louis Jacobs, so we'll get that changed.
Yep.
Louis Jacobs in the 7 seat.
The action tracker is already on it.
I was going to say, what are the chances of actually having someone with that name in the same seat
twice
the very next session?
Yep.
Come on, the ladies, says Vanessa. Rooting for Bixie and Cassandra. Bixie fresh off of a high roller final table yesterday. Ended up cashing that one. Alex Montgomery in a great 6 months for him. H2 suited from +1. He will open. Makes it 8. Bixie just getting her tank on, as is her right.
Yep.
Slowly creeping towards that money bubble, just slowing things down. Going to work well for us.
You just need to get to 23 and find a bag. That's all you need to do.
It's best place to be, Tower, on the bubble or approaching. The feature table is the best place to be, and it's simply because things are done slightly slower. All ins and calls aren't run out at turbo pace. Things are slowed down.
Yeah.
So if there's anywhere you want to be approaching the bubble as a short stack, it's the feature, because it's the table that may play over 100 hands, slightly less, over 100 hand sample size. They would probably play less than the outers on average.
6, 7, 8 flop for you out. Bottom pair. Queen of clubs on the turn. So we go check. 3 of hearts on the river.
Yeah, and Yuzu may try and eke out some value here with a 6 after it's checked down. Make an assumption. Alex just going to delay, c-bet all his Queen X, thinking he's weighted towards some ace high type stuff. And Yuzu with a check, and Alex checks back and going to lose to the ace 6 of Yuzu.
So Lewis not Tig.
Is it Lewis or is it Louis?
And that is another question that needs answering. And we're Lewis. No, Will McMurray's still in. He's on the outer table. We switched tables because of the break. Always switch the tables at the break.
Ace-9 for Bixie. In the low jack, I'm just going to take her time. Probably let this one go here, tower. I think at this stage, ICM is real. Is a thing when we are down to the last 20% of the field. To be fair, it's there all the time, but it gets more extreme. Once we approach the bubble, it does just get out of there. Louis does the same on the button. Over to Yazoo, blind on blind, jack 3 suited. And seems like one that always starts with a complete.
We're raising up with the old 6-5 and the big.
Yeah, I think
After
this
defend from his out.
it's probably an error from the Mad Turk at this stack depth. We know the Mad Turk knows what he likes to get amongst it with these type of hands, but in theory, tower, these hands play check simply because they're delicious candidates, great playability, suited connectors. But when we raise and we get jammed on, we have to fold, and we just don't get to go post with position with a hand with great playability. But does work on that occasion. But the times that we do raise and Yazoo goes for the jam off a 20, then we just have to fold. Once we get into the remit of like 100 plus BBs deep, maybe even less, then yeah, we can do some raising with this hand, comfortably call a free bet in position, blind on blind. But off a 20, I think just plays pure check most of the suited connectors.
Bixie will be folding. Lewis says I'm all in with ace queen.
Yep, nice from Lewis. 13 bigs. Just sending it in. Maybe one we can open actually as well. Hand as strong as this for 13. Well, going to be getting called here. Mad Turk not folding king queen suited. He's making the call. Alex will get out the way, and Lewis here in great shape to double.
He is indeed. King queen suited looks so pretty, but it's behind to a lot of hands. Chop outs. No, we haven't. There's me thinking about an ace. No, we haven't. I saw the ace. I thought, here we go. The chop out here.
The infamous tower chop outs.
Yeah, how do we chop this out?
It's been a while, tower. It's been a few months, to be fair.
We could have come 10-10.
Chop outs.
It could have come 10-10. We had chop outs.
Could have come queen queen. Could have come deuce queen.
Deuce
right.
10.
Yeah, we got some chop outs.
Loads of chop outs there. But a full double for Louis in seat number 7. His name does change. Seat number 7 was not changed by the action tracker, but it's changed immediately when we realised it's not Tig. Mad Turk with the old 9-3, raising up. 3-bet from Stephen in seat number 2 to 24,000.
9-3?
Oi, 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 what are we doing here?
9-3 of clubs? The Mad Turk by name, Mad Turk by nature. Oh dear.
Oh heck.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Flop a 9.
Mad Turk, potential bother, and he just says, I'm all in, and Stephen gets his customer. Lovely little check from Stephen, and the Mad Turk just sends the lot in tower. It's a huge overbet with top pair, and the Kings snap his arm off.
His supper must be ready.
I really hope there's no dramas here. This would be an ill way to go out, and that's a great turn to see for Stephen. Yeah. Does take away the 3 of hearts as an out. The Queen of Hearts river, so the Kings holding, and Merry Christmas to Stephen. The Mad Turk gives it in with the 9-3 suited.
Now down to 14 bigs. They won't be hanging about, I don't think. Absolute rush of blood. Bixie with a 6-5 from gun. Won't be doing anything, but we are on 20 bigs, and the blinds are going up in 8 minutes. That must have been a little bit when we were yeah, we have gone really slow. Not sure if everybody else has got exactly the same, but it has gone. Oh, it's caught up now. Here we go. We're going to catch up. It's going to go. Blah, 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 blah. Cassandra out of the way. No, I'm sorry. Cassandra raises. Then a call from Louis. Louis with the 6s. He's out. Gets out of the way.
Ah, it's fixed.
It has.
I went and fixed it.
A few gremlins. We don't know what it is. 99% of the time, it's 100% correct. Queen 9 flop, Queen 7-3, top pair for Cassandra, top pair for Bo.
Yeah, Bo gonna do a couple of streets here at least. 9k continue from Cassandra, finds 30% on the nose. And check call for Bo, but gonna be doing 2 streets at least here, tower. 4 of diamonds turn, so Cassandra just gonna want to go for another bet here now. It's actually a good turn. Yes, 5-6 does get there, but now all this like 7-6, 7-5, 4-5, 4-6, 3-5, 3-6, they're forced to call another street now as well as 7x of diamonds, 3x of diamonds, this type of stuff. So it's actually a really nice turn to get another street from this part of Bo's range from the big, but we're also going to get another street from the top pair. So it should be cool from Bo.
Which he does. Goes in the 3 red chips. And the 3 of diamonds on the river.
Not the most appetising one to see for Cassandra. stuff like 3-5, 3-6 making trips, and the 7x of diamonds getting there as well. So interesting one. I think fairly close whether we go for value here or not, as Cassandra with the king queen. 7x of diamonds completing. 3-5, 3-6 is going to choose to check the king queen, which is good.
We are down to with 4 minutes left at this level. Looks like we are balancing the tables as well. Bixie's on her way. Good luck, Bixie.
Good luck, Bixie.
On her way. Where are we going? Well, that's just said 32.
32?
32 it's just said in the top right hand corner.
Yeah, just lost Andrew Aspinall, Leo Cutler, Liam Johnston, Will McMurray.
Oh no!
3 of them, all on table 16. And
Will McMurray's out.
Will McMurray is out.
Oh man.
And Phil Tate as well, busting before Will McMurray. So down to 32. So 9 to go. He's 10 for Louis, opens to 10k, goes for the 2.5x up. 6-5 off for Gary in the big, could defend in a heads up situation. Maybe deterred because of the 2.5x sizing, but I think it'll be fine to defend here as Gary see a flop heads up from the big.
Ten, 7, 4.
And we got action.
Top, and an up and downer.
Probably going to be check back call. $19k from Louis here. Goes for a big size in, 26 in the middle. He's gone for 19k. Healthy amount. Just over 3/4 pot. Gary's still going nowhere with his up and down, even facing the big bet.
Makes the call.
Maybe Louis just actually sizing for a turn jam here, just seen Gary stack. So perhaps just sizing for a turn jam. Meaningless queen on the turn. Not going to change anything, especially versus the big bet. Versus small bet, some stuff like queen jack of hearts could definitely call, queen 9 of hearts, this type of stuff. But facing big bet here, like Gary never has a queen other than a turn 2 pair, so he could have potentially gone for another street as Louis on the turn, but maybe thinking about just going for value on river or inducing some bluffs from Gary that we can pick off. And Gary with the straight, 3 on the river. Louis checks it back.
Yep, Gary expecting Louis to continue. In a 3 of clubs it would have been interesting. Hiya Dave, we don't have any passwords in the chat. But good luck if you do get into the Latham free roll. We still don't have the password of C4, no matter what it means. Good luck if you get in. A C4 probably, no? He's in all kinds of Discord groups. He chats to everybody for free rolls.
Yazoo with the 9s opens to 8k. Alex in the hijack with a King Jack facing EP. Could just get out of the way here as Alex does do exactly that. How are we doing?
Pontimus.
Pontimus.
Pontimus 21. Pontimus. Hey, I am Pontimus. No, I'm Pontimus.
Oh, and Yazoo, unfortunate for him, with the 9s, Cassandra says I'm all in and gonna have to call here as Yazoo Tower. Start the hand with 17 BBs. 9s should just find its way into that call remit. 8s becomes close, 7s would fold. 9s just seems too good, but maybe he's going to fold. Maybe he knows his customer. Maybe he thinks that Cassandra's not going to shove any 8, 7, 6s, some king queen, some suited broadways. Maybe he's aware of his opponent and thinks that Cassandra going to be more weighted towards value. It'd be some fold if he finds it here, Tower, because I think theoretically 9s would be in there as a call. Maybe with ICM actually, 9 off the money now. It does become a lot closer than for chips. But does eventually call and can't fault him.
Nope.
Cannot fault him with 9s here. It's one of these that I think does have to just fall in the call range.
So at risk with 9s, Cassandra has him dominated with queens, and there's twice as many chips. Ace 5, 6. Backdoor straight. 7 or 8 for a bit of a sweat. Nope. Now we're down to a 9. Figures out. And it's another ace. So Cassandra up to 220 is out, busting out. Round about 31st. There you go, 32. So then we were down to 31. 31. So we're down to 31. 23 we stop.
Oh, yeah, Jordan Andrew, just catching up now. What's the king queen put Louis on? Trying to think of the hand.
Ace queen, king queen, wasn't it? With
yeah,
king,
yeah. 13 big blind shove cut off. King queen is a winning call. King queen suited there for the Mad Turk is going to be a winning call. We're going to make money in the long run. That's what matters. Assuming Louis playing correctly, he should shove king jack, king 10, queen jack, queen 10. Maybe king 9 suited might even find its way in there from cut off. Obviously every pocket pair. We've got a nice healthy 40-45% versus ace jack versus through ace deuce. So taking all of that into account, king queen suited is a nice easy call there for 13 cut off versus small blind. Bow in the cut-off raises to 10. Louis defends with the king 4 suited.
10 high flop, 10, 5, 6. Whiffs both.
Five hearts turn. AC Bet gets it done, and we're heading straight over to an outer table because it's Ace King for Miguel Tavares against the nines of. Okay, that's it.
That was hand over.
Speedy Gonzalez over there. What are you doing?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that was the hand. Cool. That was actually like playing on the internet.
Look, that was. I don't even have words, Tower. I literally said.
Yeah.
I went. Well, Miguel Tavares is all invasive. See you later, Miguel. That was literally it. I didn't even get to say Dre's hand. He dealt it out that quick.
Dre had nines, by the way.
He did have nines, Dre. So Miguel Tavares exits the field just before him losing Paul Kimmer as well. So with all of that, we should actually be down to 29 players, Tower, when it all updates.
Whew.
In through the window. Thanks for the stream, guys. Got to go. Enjoy it. Your second early finish in a row.
Around about 11:30. We reckon. See you tomorrow. We are live streaming tomorrow to crown a champion of this event. That's around 12:20 is what we're on. And if you want to play live here in Manchester, that is what is on tomorrow while we stream the main event. The big shot will be on from 2 o'clock. The seniors from 2 o'clock, and then the closer from 5. And don't forget the online closer on Monday. 11:30, kebabs on Wimmy Road, a C4. Are you driving?
Are you buying?
Ooh, kebab on Wimmy Road at 11:30. Oh, it might be a shout. It will be a shout. I don't even know where Wimslow Road is from round here, from here. I think it's about 15 minutes away. We could be up for that. We're on 30.
Ace Jack for the Mad Turk. Blind on blind, all in. Alex Montgomery snaps it off as he should for 4 BBs with a suited ace. And he's like, you got Ace Jack here, mate. You got 4 bigs. This isn't fair. So a good start for the Turk, but lots of backdoors with the A6 of clubs here. Some sweaty ones. That is one of the sweatiest of the lot. So club and 7 to fade for Ucel. And he will double back to 46, just sub 10 BBs. Alex down to 20.
Wilmslow Road is the busiest bus route in Europe. That can't be right. I'm not having that.
I'm not having it either.
Not having that at all.
Queen at 10 for Louis, sends it in from the cut-off at 12. And though the person that was asking earlier why would Turk call with King Queen for 12 in the small, this is exactly why, because Louis doesn't have to have Ace Queen. If he's shoving the right range, there'll be plenty in there that we dominate. And Louis should be getting this one through. Stephen can't call off King 5 off here for 12 tower. This should hit the mark. And does, and we're heading back over for outer table action.
Ready? Are you get ready?
Go, go, go! Three-way all in. Tim Chung with the Ace King, Stephen Coxon with the King Queen, and Kazim with the Ace 10. Kazim covers the lot. Tim Chung all in for 67k, Stephen Coxon all in for 45. And there's a Queen for Mr. Coxon. So set for a treble up. 6 on the turn. 8 would scoop the lot for the Ace 10, but it's a Jack on the river, so Stephen Coxon will treble. Tim will take a small side pot to survive, and Kazim will not take a penny.
Well, we're going to count the stacks. Okay.
We've gone from one extreme to the other tower.
Just counting the stacks, making sure they're correct.
There we go.
There we go. That pot will get sorted out by the dealer. Well done to Tim. Took a small one to survive, and no eliminations. I can't believe you doubt me. It's a fact, he says. Well, there you go. If it's a fact, it's a fact. Minutes into this session, we're on 28. When we get to 23, play will stop. 23 bags. If once you bag your chips, you're in the money. If you don't bag, you're not. Alex Montgomery, we're talking about gassing to everybody. Sit down, son. Concentrate on your own game. Chatting away to everybody. Popular lad, that Alex Montgomery around here. Local casino, where he started playing in the old £5 rebuys. Came second in the grand final last year for 100k.
I would have opened there as Alex simply because
he's not concentrating.
Stephen had his hand ready to fold on the button. He
We
had it like ready to fold on the button, so I would have probably opened the Jack 9 off there as Alex.
We saw that. Alex doesn't care. He's not concentrating on his game. Somebody have a word with him. He's missing out on vital chips. Triangles in, forgot it, all in for 110.
This will be getting through for Gary Whitehead.
And the all-in gets through. Mad Turk on 12 bigs after a crazy 10 minutes. Alex Montgomery on 20 bigs, happy to be chatting and missing out on the action. Louis all in with the sixes.
Yeah, this is a bit of a mistake, this jam.
UTG.
This is one that definitely should not be shoving for sub 15 tower. Shouldn't even have any shoves from under the gun off of 15. This is a bit of a wild jam. He's seen the pair, he wants to go with it. That is one that should either, or probably goes with fold, considering ICM. 5 off the money, I think this probably just plays fold. 6 is here, and if it doesn't, it would play 2 BBs, but never all in. That does work out for him. Does pick up the chips.
Five off the money. Do we have hand for hand at 24?
Yes,
Do we?
will be at 24.
Okay.
And we're down to 28 now because Ian Simpson has just exited the field. So we lose Ian Simpson.
Unlucky Ian. Unlucky.
Yes, I am a CFO. I will be there.
He's going to try and win a package now.
Yeah. He'll walk in with a merit hoodie the next day when he does. No, Holly, I'd just fold. I'd just fold 6s there at this stage. 5 off the money when we're sitting with 15 bigs. Just let it go from under the gun. I guess one thing you could say, we are 7 max at the moment, so obviously we can open slightly wider, but still think we just want to play fold there as Louis. And if we are going to open, if it does just go in there at a tiny frequency, just make it 2 BBs. He's won the first stage of CFO, 12 to 120. Good luck, sir. Ace 10 for Stephen. Goes for the full 3x on +1.
Two doing nothing. Round to Turk. Mr. Usul counts down 50k and has to get out of the way.
What currency they use in Cyprus? Is it the euro?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Somewhere I've never been. You can't carry 3 currencies around with you, surely. Turk falling the ace 4 in the small. Round to Alex for king 4. After initial race from Cassandra.
Bit of Del Boy about you there, Tower.
All right, Cassandra.
Alex King 4 suited should be defending here, but just running the clock down this close to the money. Clock is our friend at this stage when we have one of these shorter stacks.
Was Dan Laidlaw on the 1% Club on ITV? Look, the spitting image of him. Ask him when to see him. I'm pretty sure he would have told us, because he was on. He was in the chat box for a couple of hours today. But he didn't mention he was on the 1% Club. It's really weird, the 1% Club. I can get the 1% question right like 50% of the time, but I can't get there because I end up losing on a silly question. Just got a birdie. That's probably why he's nipped out. Right, going for the tees. Gone for the final cup of tea of the day. We're on 28, 23. Bag up. So it will slow down now quite a lot. This has definitely got another hour's playing it. Alex with the 8.5 slowing things down. What we're doing absolutely nothing with the 8.5. 90 bigs. 18 big blinds. No, 90k, sorry. 18 bigs. Are they in the money for bagging up? Yes, they are. I don't know what the min cash is, but they are definitely in the money if you put your name on a bag at the end of the night. See the Turk with the 11 raising to 11k with 9.6 can only flick them away now. 8 bigs, can't do anything with these. Just can't do anything, can he? He cannot do anything. And now down to 8 bigs. Alex with the 10s. 18 bigs. So Razor's not all in. See 45, Stephen with the 3s. Does he want to see a flop? I wouldn't, but you could do with the 3s, but I wouldn't be seeing a flop. Wow, he's putting Alex Montgomery all in. So this will be a call from Alex. There we go. 10s are good. 3s for Stephen. So this is a massive chance for Alex Montgomery to get a big double up at this stage of the tournament and probably bag chips. The camera's out for his stories. King 6-6 is good for the story. Still good. Needs to fade a 3. and does, till the story continues. Alex Montgomery now sitting pretty.
Yeah, big double for Alex.
36 big blinds, very nice indeed. At this stage, 5 off the money. Hi Shane, we are good, thank you very much. Hope you are too. We are 5 off the money, just tuning in for the last session of the evening.
Good fault from Louis there with the threes. Not making the same mistake with that he made with the sixes. Just getting out of the way. These small pocket pairs go down drastically when our risk premium is high and ICM is real. Jack 3 off for Alex. Going to be out of the way. Stephen on the button, limpy. Going to bring Bo in with a complete. Personally would have opened this as Stephen, as covering stack here tower, as close to the money. Now, Bo and Gary both in. Oh, wow.
10-9-4, 2 all diamonds for Stephen in 2, already gets the check mark. What a delicious sight.
And a little sneaky check back, and not going to like that turn. Does turn a still will draw, but now losing to any bare diamond, and looks like Bo going to take the betting lead here.
Yeah, the 5 of diamonds is not good on this board. We can see it is. So he's going to make the call.
Is Bo going to unload tower? That is the question. Has he got another fire in him? Because it'd be a very tough spot for Stephen if he does. And he's going chunky. That is a deep reach.
He's showing the 5 of diamonds and slams it into the table. Go on, show him the king, eh? Yeah, show it. Go on, just once. Get him inside his head. Oh, if somebody slams the cards down on the table like that, I'm showing him the bluff. I'm definitely showing him the bluff.
Shane says, just seeing this now, what do you think of the match today? Jackson had a bad game. Come on United tomorrow, 3-1. A bad game?
3-1? They're never 3-1.
Hold on a minute. We'll come to that in a second. Jackson had a bad game. I watched about 20 minutes. He is the worst striker I have ever seen in my life. I'd rather have David James up front. You remember when they put David James was playing up front, the goalkeeper?
Yep.
I'd rather have him up top. First I've actually watched him since the Spurs game when he scored one of the worst hat-tricks of all time. And then today, I just don't know how he's a Premier League footballer. He can do a better job than me and Tower up top, but can't do a better job than, I don't think, most players in the Premier League, if not all, in that position. But I haven't watched any Chelsea games this year other than that FA Cup semi-final first half today and the Spurs game when we went down to 9 men. So Stephen with the limp again, this time with the Jack 8, Bo on the button, just going to let the 8-6 suited go.
Cup of tea. Cheers, Bob. La Bob. La Bob. La Bob.
Cheers, Bob. Thank you very much, mate.
Oh, he said it'd be 3-1 United. I thought you meant they were 3-1. I'm going to say they'd be like 1-5, wouldn't they, against Coventry City?
I agree, Ian. Better strikers in the National League. I've never seen anything like it. It was like watching Ali Dia play. Maybe Jackson's George Weir's cousin as well. We don't know. He might be George Weir's cousin as well. Ace Queen suited for the Mad Turk. Just going to have to open send this one, my friend. In it goes. We don't want action. We just want this to get through. Alex not calling King Jack off at 8. Can't call from +1.
Cassandra just jams the small after Mad Turk's all in. Ace, look, Louis folds ace 9. Cassandra with a queen 10. Mad Turk's got a big chance to get a double with ace queen suited.
Well, does have to fade a king. The Mad Turk does flop top 2. That does rob Cassandra of the king of spades though, so 3 kings to fade. And does Mad Turk, nice double, it's close to the money.
Yeah, back up to 90k.
Oi, oi, Bob Marley, Stracker got a birdie, -3 each. We're still in the hunt with 2 to play.
Oi, oi.
The other 3 are finished. They're all in. They're all locked. Can't do it again, surely. We can't do it like this again. Going from 1 down on the 16th to turning it around by the 18th. We've done this the other day.
You did. Flying.
It's not in yet. It's not even in at the moment.
Double with the ace queen raises to 11. Cassandra on the button with the jacks, 3 bets to 35. Louis out of the way.
Yeah, going to be an interesting scenario as well. I don't expect Bo to ever 4-bet 5 off the money tower, but he needs to continue this hand. Hijack versus button, so do expect to just see continue in the form of a call.
All in from Bo with the ace queen, and this should be a flip.
Does go with the lot, so jams it in. Surprised that he's gone after it, and Cassandra not folding Jack's style. Doubt she will be. Not folding Jack's hijack versus button for this amount of big blinds. What is it, 36 effective? And as I always say, need to make these decisions before we put in the original free bet. You see it so often, people in no man's land not making the decision of what they're going to do facing a jam before they put in the original free bet. Look at it like a chess match, looking streets ahead, thinking moves ahead before you actually make that initial move, because then you don't get yourself in tangles of not knowing what to do or how to proceed and potentially make an error. I think after some time she will eventually realise that Jack's maybe got to be in there. Like if we're just calling queens plus, then Bo can just comfortably 4-bet jam like any ace blocker, any king blocker. I think Jack's is just going to have to find its way, and it's probably bottom tower. Tens isn't nice. Maybe she just doesn't want to take a big flip or potentially be dominated against aces, kings or queens this close to the money.
Yep, 38 bigs it is. Huge pot if she does call.
Yeah, but so important to her, especially people that are looking to improve their game. Just making these decisions before you put in the original move is so important, and it just gives you a clear head. Like right now she's thinking, oh, if I call off and I lose, I'm basically out of the tournament, I don't get any money. But before we even put in the free bet, just make it when we've got a clear mind before we're even faced with aggressive action. And looks like she is going to pass the jack, so 4-bet rip from Bo. He gets it through, gets it done with the ace queen. Nicely done from Bo. Expecting him just to play flat. Cassandra covering stack this close to the money, but just 4-bet sent it.
So Bo now chip leader. We're still on 28. Still on 28. And we are heading to the 4,000, 3,000, 6,000 level. With 28 left. 1 minute and 15 seconds. 2.5, 5 is the blinds. Going up to 3-6 very shortly. That was the level that one of the flights stopped.
Yeah, it's difficult. It is very difficult this close to the money to call it off with jacks for 35 BBs when we're kind of locked for a min cash.
Yeah.
So Stephen flops the best of it after opening with his top pair. This one checking through. The queen on the turn. So ace-9 still good for Stephen here, but Turk gonna fire with his king.
Yes. So Stephen will be playing. Probably check. Yep, indeed. Steve with the ace is good.
I like the ace queen off shove from Bo. If Cassandra's folding jacks, it's obviously great. If you're getting jacks to fold, it becomes a lot more viable. Interesting hand, interesting spot. Jacks are probably a lot closer than it actually looks. Like 10 should probably fold there. So jacks has got to be close, but just one of those hijack versus button, those positions. One that might have just veered towards call. Oh my word, Bob Marley, have you got any good news? Any more good news? All I want to hear now is Stracker par, and we're laughing going down the last.
Wowzers. Go on, ladder. Get this in. But Queen 7 raises to 12. Gary Whitehead looks down at Queens with 125k. Raises up. Not all in.
And a hand. And Stracker in for par.
Boom, boom, boom.
So, we need Stracker to tie or win the last guys, and the old 2 balls in again. 3 and 3.
Can't believe
well,
it.
4 and 4 if you count last week's Masters, but yeah.
Unbelievable. Only started doing them last week. It's been about 28 grand since.
Gamble responsibly.
So, Gary, you know, actually with the Queens raising, not all in. Still on 28.
And we're off to outer table action.
I know it.
And it's Bixie with ace-8 on 8-4-4 against the 6s. So just a 6 to fade for Bixie to double.
Thank you very much, the dealer. We got the balls button off the dealer. Bixie doubles.
Double up for Bixie.
Still in. Still on 28. There we go, Alex Montgomery getting all the chat. Still on 28, 5 off the bagging up. And as soon as we bag, we stop. This will be another hour, maybe 2.
Maybe 3.
Yeah. This could go into the 4-8. This is going into the 4-8 level.
How tilting's it going to be for us? We'll be doing comms on 4-8. We'll come back tomorrow, straight back to 2.5, 5. Like, we've just done this job. We've just done this work. And we've got to do it all again.
See, that's the thing with the players. If you know and what you're doing regarding the stacks and hanging on. If you do play 4,000, 8,000, and you realise that it's going to be 2.5, 5 tomorrow, your stack increases in value. You need to be aware when you're playing these events what drop down to 15% of the field. You need to be aware that you're going to be winding back to the smallest blinds, which are 2.5, 5.
This is going to be funny. They're both ready to muck and they're going to chop it up, both with the board.
I'm playing the board. Yeah, me too.
Louis hoping we don't lose one more player and go to 3 tables because someone would take his footstool, unfortunately. Just see, he's sitting there with his feet up.
I think he is at home. Has he got an home game that he's missing or something like that? Is that how he plays at home? Louis, sit up, kid. What are you doing? You can't sit like that. Get your feet off the chairs. Where do you think you are at home? God dear, man.
And do you know what, Tal? We lost Ian Simpson at 10 o'clock. It's now 10 to 11.
Yep.
And we've not lost one. Very likely to hit the next break. Never thought we'd get there, I'll be honest with you, but we are going to be going on break after this level, so we'll see how things proceed. Gary never defending the 9 deuce. Seven, 4 deuce rainbow. So the old Montana banana jumps out in front, and Gary must have known. Didn't expect him to defend the 9 deuce, but did. And now turning trips, 8 on the river. He's not in the hand. I didn't even see. He's had him still in the hand. He did fold pre, and he said I had a deuce. Lets the table know. So in 30 minutes time, guys, we're going to be going on break, and I never dreamed that we'd hit the 4K, 8K level.
Yep.
But remember,
this is a thing.
It's finished 15-3, it's finished 2-4, it's finished 2.5-5. Real awkward one for Louis here, this close to the money with 10 bigs. Jack 10 of clubs. And is going to just send it in the middle. Ace 3 will fold for the Mad Turk. Louis just praying this gets through. 9-3 out the way for Alex. And here we go. Stephen's got the Cowboys. So it could be good night, Louis.
It could be.
Oh my golly gosh!
You're having a laugh, man. What a cooler this is.
Gary Whitehead's got the aces. And we're going to have a 3-way all-in. Aces, kings, jack 10 suited.
I'm all in, he says. And I call, he says. And here we go, he says. Have some of these, he says. How'd you like them apples?
Look at this, incredible. The jack 10 suited with more equity than the kings. Gary in unbelievable shape. He's thinking, just put like a paired board down there, like a deuce, deuce, 4 rainbow. So to the flop, and that will basically seal the deal. But we have got to fade the king, 2 left in the deck.
Yep.
And 9 on the turn does bring in the up and down for Louis. Kings and 8's good now. Stephen cannot win this one. And it's the king of spades. The butcher on the river.
How on earth? earth is that possible?
Louis trebles up. Gary's going to win a small side pot. And Stephen down to 12 BBs.
Wow.
Louis can't believe his luck. Cracks aces and kings, and they both make a set.
Local lad does good. Wow. What a hand that was. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. What a hand that was. Gary White still smiling away. Oh,
Gary made money. He made one big blind profit that hand tower. One big blind profit. He made 7.5k on the hand.
Oh dear. Louis trebles. Phil Potts says it doesn't only happen online, people. Imagine that online. How many people would need a new laptop? How many people would quit the game forever? We are still on 28. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers.
That's crazy. Ian Simpson busted literally an hour ago, Tower.
Yeah.
So we've gone an hour without losing a player across 4 tables. It's pretty crazy stuff. Cheers, Ian Eagleman. Off to bed, guys. See you tomorrow, chaps. Best of luck with your golf bet, J Night, chaps. I'm hoping, Ian, that it's in.
And it's 4 of 4.
It's I'm hoping it's in. Well, technically, it's not 4 of 4 because I do a few 2 balls, but it's 4 of 4 days.
Yeah.
But I done a 3-4 folds on the 2 balls today, so.
Still on 28.
King 10.
King 10 for the Turk. 54. Okay. With the blinds now at 3-6.
And Cassandra just going to send the jacks. And the Mad Turk never calling, or at least he shouldn't be.
The Turk's not calling with King 10. Out they go.
Yeah, and straight over to an outer table because Christian Kernaku is all in for his short stack with the King Jack offsuit. He's been called by Jamie Geraghty, so needs to find a king.
No running cards.
Well, Queen would do it as well now. So additional outs. 7 would chop. So 7 king or queen to survive.
It pairs the 8 on the river.
8 on the river, so we are going to lose our first bust out in an hour. Christian Carnegie.
Very unlucky. 4 spots off the money. No bag. No day 2. No money.
Out in 28th.
Oh, well, 27.
Oh. Stuart Melville, are you sure with the news?
Hope. Who's Hope?
So we just need, I'm assuming he means Hoj, but we just need Straka not to double bogey. That's all we need.
And he's putting for birdie, says Bob Marley.
Well, here we go. If Straka double bogeys from here, I quit. Cheers for the update, guys. I can't believe how well I'm running on these silly little golf bets, but I'm enjoying it. I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. Don't worry about that. Stephen gets his last 16k in with the Queen 4. Cassandra ISOs.
Here we go. Stephen with the Queen 4. Do we survive? All in for the final 16 fast.
Well, still the 6 outs, Queen or 4.
Yep, nearly Queen, nearly 4.
5 of clubs for a fun sweat. And it's boring 7 of hearts, so 6 outs needed for Stephen, or we lose another. London buses.
Queen and a 4. It's a 9.
So don't lose 1 for an hour and then lose 2 in
Unlucky
2
Steve.
minutes. Stephen exits out in 27, so down to 26 now.
Yeah, the Kings was the big one. Kings aces.
Cheers, guys. It feels good. It feels good.
Well, of course
I
it
don't
does.
know what this feels like, Towie.
I only have 2 quid on Towers treble, and I got a
it feels
fist bump
strange.
when it comes in.
It feels strange. It feels strange. But another little 2-ball up over the week. That
Well
is great to hear.
Well
Thanks,
done.
guys. I love the support. Obviously, be gamble aware as well.
Well done.
Just
you.
a few silly little golf bets that happen to be going my way this week.
Well done indeed. Ride the wave.
It's incredible, Tao. I've never experienced anything like it. Never ever experienced anything like it.
Well done, sir.
How much do I owe you for introducing me? Rich with 3s. Like to see fold. Does go with fold. And Cassandra with 6s in the cut-off. She is going to open. And the Mad Turk's all in the small, and Cassandra's going to have to call. It's only 7 BBs. We have 2 invested, so we'll have to call this off when it's back on her as Cassandra. Going to ask for a count, but once she realises it's only 7 BBs, she'll do exactly that. Quick call, and we're off to the races. Mad Turk at risk.
So we're on 26. Will it be 25? We need an ace or a jack. Oh, the Turk needs a jack or a king to counterfeit the sixes, and it's not. Cassandra flops the set. We needed the jack for sweats, but unfortunately the Turk is eliminated. Cassandra with the sixes takes out Yusul Eminoglu.
Yes.
The Mad Turk.
It's down to 25.
2 off the money. 2 off bagging. So Cassandra takes out the Mad Turk. We needed a jack to give us a sweat on the turn. We got the jack. We then needed a jack or a king. Cassandra flopped the set of sixes, and that was it.
Yeah, so it's bubble time.
Yep. 2 off, bagging up. anything happens on the outer tables, we will let you know. So in 18 minutes time, if we don't lose two, unbelievably, we're going on a break.
One. If we lose one, there'll be no break either.
Oh, of course.
No
yeah.
breaks on the bubble.
No breaks on the bubble. But unbelievably, we'll be on to the next level at 4-8. And then you need to look at your stacks regarding the chips, because you will be coming back at 2.5, 5.
Ace King suitor for Jake. Takes his seat at the table and finds a premium straight off the bat, but goes with cool here, Tower. This is interesting from Jake, because on the bubble, like, we're not going to get any light reshoves behind us. Like, if people are shoving behind, they're going to have nut. Well, here we go. If people are shoving behind, they're going to have nutted hands.
This is going in. This has to go.
Has to go, Tower. Just an all-in for Alex Montgomery here.
Yeah.
Do you know what? He's not going to believe his luck once Gary folds and Jake calls, because he's going to be like, how on earth am I flipping here with queens after the flatter is the one that's called us, not the opener?
Yeah. All of it, but not all in. Gary can get out with the King Jack. Jake will be calling with the Ace King. And well, Jake might just say I'm all in and
Yeah.
put the rest of Alex's stack
Expect
in
that,
the middle.
Tower. Just
I don't
them
think
words.
it's 62k behind the line though from Alex. It's definitely not 62k. They're only 1k, is their money.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's only about 8k.
He didn't have 162k.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. That stacks 60k out.
Alex is in the chat.
So Alex has stacked 60k out. He's not in for 162.
Well, he's kind of spoiled it for me. He's in the chat. Queens versus Ace King suit. Oh, he could be on break actually. So we don't actually know. He could actually be on break right now.
106, and it is exactly 60k out. Oh,
oh,
well, that's if he's on break, he's enjoying his break.
Well, for his sake, I hope he's on break, Tower, and this doesn't come the Jack of clubs on the turn. Oh, no!
No!
Oh no!
Don't do it, or else it's a long break for Alex Montgomery.
A long break.
Please don't do it.
Oh,
Ooh.
the suspense. He had me for a second there. I saw him in the Twitch chat. I thought he must have busted here.
So Alex's stack is out 60,000, but 290,000 at this stage is fantastic from where you were. Very nice indeed.
Yeah, cheers for letting us know, Alex, that stack was out.
Yeah, it looked like he'd only got a few greens in his hand, so that's good.
I thought you was out then, Alex. Honestly, when the club come on the turn, I just assumed GG. You're sitting there in your car wondering how you've lost after flopping top set, but you're still in. So good luck.
See what he normally does when he sits in his car is like that. Well, another day, another beat. Let me tell you what's just happened. I had queens. Oh, sick man. Let me tell you, it's right sick. Oh no, proper sick. Can't believe it. I had queens. Jack on the turn. Oh no, you never believe it. Anyway, I'm off to the gym.
Charles nailed it on the head. He has absolutely nailed it on the head. If you follow Alex Montgomery on social media, Tower has nailed that one on the head. That is brilliant. Oh. Now got the chips to put them to work. 2 off the money.
2 off the money. If we do get to the break, then they'll enjoy the 15 minutes.
That was a fine moment, Chow. I'll give you that. That was a fine moment from yourself. That tickled me. That. Over to Gary in the big unknown holding.
Oh, glad the Queen's held up, Alex. Glad the Queen's held.
Middle pair over Alex, checking back, board that more favourable for the entire range of Gary. We'll have a lot more of the strongest hands on this board. Jack of Hearts turn. Maybe the green light to fire as Alex if check 2 now. Right, Gary probably going to start leading some 7s, start leading some Jack X, so potentially can just get some value from some worse 6X, some 4X, charge some 5X, which is up and down. And like even folding out like a 10-9 here is a win. Looks like Gary Whitehead is going to stick along. See a river card.
You've got to be thinking, is it? Definitely got to be thinking is 10 Jack, 9 Jack.
Good card for range of Alex, but one that expect to just go check now tower. We still beat enough hands as Alex, the 5X, the worst 6X and 4X in there as well. Some heart draws.
Yeah, just check it back.
It does go check.
Nah. He's got to give up. Yeah. Looks like Gary has given up. Yeah, chips to Alex, so Gary, none of it. 16 bigs and 16 bigs as a short stack, just under 100,000. 12 minutes to go until the end of this session.
We're going to head to an outer table because we've got an all-in and a call. Everyone stands up. It's Josh Radley with Ace King, Seb Crane with the Ace Jack. These stacks are near identical.
And the Ace King wins. So the Ace Jack will check the stacks. Josh sat in 9. Will check the stacks. Josh trying to count the chips for him.
I thought that open 1695.
So, a full double for Josh. Nice one, Josh. Sat in 9. 2 off, bagging up. And in the money tomorrow.
Got some action here, but what is Louis up to? Goes for the full 4X under the gun with the 10s. And do you know what? Ace Queen off here for Jake. It's really interesting because we're sort of brought into an area of the game tree that you never get to play, facing a 4X open from under the gun, and we're sat in +1 with Ace Queen. I don't know what to do, or what I even would do facing this. Let's see how Jake approaches it, because I'd be sat here thinking, what on earth is this opening size? What on earth am I supposed to do here with Ace Queen? And this is the thing, when people do unorthodox stuff tower, they take even good players to an area of the game tree that they've never experienced before, and a lot of the time that's just what you get when players are in that sort of unknown zone. They just elect to fold, as he does there with the Ace Queen. And I agree with Jake, I probably would have done the same thing. I'm not sure how I would have read into this 4X open here from Louis. Oh, and Cassandra's got Ace Queen herself in the big blind, but this is one that probably just going to defend. She's been doing a lot of jamming out the blinds, facing opens, but I'm going to be so skeptical about doing anything aggressive about this 4X sizing from Louis. Should just be 2 BBs from Louis, slightly more if needed, but 12k, 13k, 25k, way too big. We want action. 10s is a big hand. We want 9s, 8s, 7s, 6s in there. We want a suited ace in there. So Cassandra defends. Well,
5, 5, 10 flop.
He must
Any
have
flops
known.
about?
Must have known. I'm going to go 4x because I'm going to flop the nut boat.
A triple up.
Let's see the old Hollywood Tower. We see if we can pick up anything on Louis here.
Please just check. Please just check. Nope. Bit of 20. Don't show. No, don't show that you're betting out with the absolute nuts. Hey, and breathe.
And breathe. Could have checked there for sure, Tower. Could have definitely checked this, Louis. Like, it's a situation. We heavily block the 10s. Cassandra can have a 5 from the big blind, yes. But we get the money from a 5 on later streets anyway. So just check it back. We block the 10x. We're going to get the money from the 5s anyway. Let Cassandra catch a pair on the turn. And then we get paid.
We don't know a C4. We don't know. Cassandra's stack is healthy at this stage of the game. 2 off the money. If we are still 2 off the money in 10 minutes, we'll be on a break of 15.
It's A7 suited for Bo, opens to 13. Louis defends in big with the King Jack suited. Any hearts about could cause carnage, but it's Ace King 5 Rainbow, so nice flop for Bo with top pair. So should just be check bet call. And off to the turn. There's the check, there's the bet, and the call. Quarter pot from Bo.
10 of diamonds turn.
So that's bringing Broadway draw now for Louis to go along with his second pair. Decent kicker, but just wants to be checking over to Bo.
Well, imagine it being the 10 of hearts. Ooh.
Yeah, decision point here for Bo Tower, because we got a hand that's never going to be able to get 3 streets from worse, so we can do exactly this. Big fan of this from Bo. It's a hand that's really going to struggle to get 3 streets, so a good way to try and get 2 streets is check back turn, bit of deception, and then go for value on the river. Get calls from some King X non-believers now after we check back turn. So now Bo does get to go for his value with the A7. Big fan of the turn check back. And now potential to get paid by these King X holdings simply because we did opt to check back the turn. 22k into 53, 40%. And over to Louis with the King Jack. He's not loving it. Looks like he's going to fold anyway. Nice fold, Louis. Very good fold, sir. That's a very good fold from Louis Tower. Credit where it's due. Like we say, he should have checked the 10s, but always give credit when it's deserved. That's a nice fold, quick fold with the King Jack as well. And straight over to the out. We saw
is this the bubble?
Seb was short. And Seb, with his tiny stack, is going to start the spin.
Here we go. Spin, spin, spin. Ace King. Sit right down.
Seb will take his seat. He will survive. 4 minutes to go. And then we will be on a 15-minute break.
Which we never thought we'd have got to.
Incredible Tower. I would have put a fair amount on us not reaching this break.
Queen, Jack, 5. Top pair for Louis. Second pair for Louis. Jake, as he sees a free flop. Slams them in the muck. And there's one bet coming in. 16 big short stack for Gary and Mihail. 3 minutes. So 2.5 minutes, 2 more hands to go of this session. If we lose one, there'll be no break until we finish. Because obviously you're never breaking when you're on the money bubble, because that's what it is. Soon as they get to 23, they will bag chips, and if you've got a bag, you're in the money.
And this is going to be good enough for Gary, I expect, our facing this open. Ace Queen. Just got to send for 16 as Gary Whitehead. Well, these are difficult spots to take because we're this close to the money, and like everything in your head's telling you, oh, if we go all in here, we could potentially bust and might not cash, but Ace Queen just has to send as Gary Whitehead. Good to see him move in, and we'll be picking up the raise blinds and ante because Richard never going to be able to call this one off when it's back on him.
I think Louis asked for a count to try and get the clock down because there's no way he's doing anything with 8-2.
No, it's Jake. Louis folded. Louis gone for a wonder.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. It's Jake in the small, just waiting for action to.
Apologies.
Catch up.
Yeah. So Louis has folded with the 8 deuce. Now to Jake. Genuine. Is it a genuine? Well, ace 10, ace jack suited maybe.
I reckon.
Sixes.
Let's see what we can call it. What 16 bigs? I reckon. Yeah. I reckon 7s or 8s. Oh, and it doesn't even show us the hand. I would have gone 7s actually. Nah, not 7s. That's folding before.
Dear. That's funny.
Because it's not an open rip from Gary. Actually, it's a rip over a +2, so it should actually be stronger. So I'm going to go a pip higher, maybe. Let's say 9s.
I also think it's got something to do with the clock we're looking at, because this will be the last hand.
Well, it is the last hand, because we come back at 25 past 9, and it's now 25 past 11, so I'm assuming this will be the last one. Looks like Jake is going to go with fold.
Oh, flicking his chips everywhere.
Folds round in turn, and we are on a 15-minute break, so we will be back in 15, guys, with the conclusion of today. If it gets to the next break, I'm going to be having words.
I'm off to the car park, see if I see Alex. See you in 15.
22.
Surprise factor of not knowing the bounties ahead of time. This exciting new format is a lot of fun to play, but there are a few things you need to know if you want to maximize your chances of a big payday. I am Vivian Saliba, Poker Pro and 888 Poker Ambassador. Here are 5 tips to help you adjust to mystery bounty tournaments. Preserve your stack. Stack preservation is very important in mystery bounty tournaments. The prize pool is divided in 2, with half going to the general prize pool and the other half to the bounties. For this reason, having a wealthy stack when the bounties kick in can generate a lot of value. You might want to approach some spots in a more conservative way when close to the bounty stage in order to preserve your stack. A big stack lets you cover most of the other players, and with that comes the chance to eliminate them and win the mystery bounty prize. You may also want to avoid battling other big stacks and don't make marginally profitable plays that can compromise a big chunk of your chips. You can also exclude the bottom of your range when calling all-ins or even jamming yourself. Categorize your opponents. Being able to categorize your opponents is key in mystery bounty tournaments. 888 Poker has an extensive mystery bounty tournaments offering every single day. After playing many of these, I realized that most players in these tournaments will play very aggressively and looser than in other traditional tournaments, probably because they want to build a big stack. I recommend that you bet bigger and more often with your value hands than you normally would. If you're seeing that your opponents are playing very loose, you're going to want to bluff a little bit less often. Focus on making chips with your big hands. Adjust to different stages of the tournament. Understanding the stages of mystery bounty tournaments is key to doing well in them. You have to adjust or you will struggle to really succeed. Once the bounties kick in, your fold equity will be smaller as players are incentivized to call all-ins in order to win a bounty. You will often see players calling you down with hands they never would in other tournaments. For this reason, I would go all-in with a tighter range than I usually would in traditional tournaments. Cut out some suited connectors and instead give priority to high cards and pairs. Pay attention to the remaining bounties. When you're playing a mystery bounty tournament, keep your eyes on the bounty list, as you need to know which bounties are still up for grabs. The average value of a bounty will vary according to those that are still available. Let's say all the major bounties are already gone. In this situation, the chips will probably have a higher value than a bounty. But if all the big bounties are still in, and there aren't so many players left, it's likely the bounty value will be higher than the chips. So don't focus too much on making a pay jump. Knowing which has more value, the bounty or the chips in play, will help you adjust and aim for the biggest payday. Don't forget about the prize pool. Don't forget when you're playing mystery bounty tournaments, they do still have a prize pool. It's not always just about winning the bounty in a hand. Don't overvalue knocking out an opponent just for the bounty. I've seen so many blunders from people compromising their entire stack just to win a bounty and forgetting about the general prize pool. Most of the times, you still will need a strong hand to call all-ins. Don't just gamble for the sake of it. You have to evaluate risk and reward. If you bust out with a bad hand trying to take a bounty, you miss out on the rest of the tournament. Mystery bounty events are incredibly fun and can add a new layer of excitement to the game. And don't forget, always play responsibly.
You've probably heard that aggression is important in poker, but do you know when and how to play aggressively? My name is Alexandre Mantovani, also known as Cavalito, and today I'm going to share 5 tips to help you introduce more aggression into your poker game. Identify which boards are better for your range. When we raise and get called, there are some boards we can be very aggressive on. Let's assume that we open raise from early position and get called by the big blind. Any board that has 1 or more high cards, jack or higher, is usually a good board for us, and in the vast majority of them, we can bet our entire range. Picture a king-queen-deuce rainbow flop, for example. We have a lot of very strong hands in our range that our opponent simply does not have. We can have kings, queens, aces, and ace-king, which probably all of them our opponent would 3-bet pre-flop. So even if we have a part of our range that doesn't connect with this board, like ace-8 suited for example, we can still bet, and our opponent will have a hard time with a lot of hands they have, even folding better hands than ours, like pocket nines for example. Explore capped ranges. Another opportunity to be more aggressive is when your opponents have capped ranges. This time we open from the hijack and our opponent defends the big blind. We see a jack 10-5 flush draw flop and our opponent just calls our continuation bet. It's very likely that with this more connected board texture, our opponent would raise their strong hands aggressively, because a lot of scary cards can come out on the turn. Basically, any card from the 7 to the ace and any heart would make it pretty unlikely for our opponent to just have called us with a hand like ace-jack. That means that if the turn is a blank, we can play very aggressively, since our opponent is going to have at most a weaker jack-x type of hand, but usually a 10x or worse, and they're going to have a hard time calling down. Identifying these scenarios will increase your aggression naturally and will turn you into a very hard opponent to play against. Size matters. Being smart about the size of our bets is another way to add aggression to your poker game, as your bet sizes will have a direct impact on your opponent's continuing range. If you're playing against the big blind on a 9-5-3 flop and you bet one big blind, your opponent is going to continue with any piece of the board. On the other hand, if you bet full pot with this texture, our opponent is definitely going to fold most of their 3x, 5x, and weak straight draws. Your bet sizing will also have a big impact on how the hand is going to be played on future streets. If you bet one big blind on the flop and the turn is a 3, you should be somewhat careful because your opponent is going to have this card in their range more often. However, if you bet full pot on the flop and the turn is a 3, you can keep betting your best hands for value and be less concerned that your opponent has hit that card. Think about which part of the range you're targeting. With all of the poker training software out there these days, sometimes people forget that poker is a game of people and logic, and sound logic sometimes gets very similar results as software does. Let's go back to Jack 10-5 flush draw. Turn 6, river king, and we have a hand like king queen suited. We know our opponent has gotten to the river with a weak jack most of the time, so we can still extract value from these hands with a not so large bet, like half pot. In the same context, we are going to have some bluffs like queen 8 suited, and some value hands like ace queen or queen 9, and these hands benefit from very large bets. Queen 8 to make the opponent fold their weak jack X, and ace queen, queen 9 to make the opponent call with king queen or king 10 that they might have connected. Knowing which part of your opponent's range you're targeting will help you choose when to turn up the aggression. Know when to shut down. Even though the video is about aggression, it is important to remember that sometimes you have to just shut down. Aggression increases your profitability when now executed in the right spots, but sometimes we just have to shut down or we're going to lose a big chunk of this profitability. On the previous 9-5-3 board scenarios, we bet pot and get called. Turn 8, we bet again and get called again. Then the river pairs the 9. This is a scenario that we have to be very selective about both our value hands and our bluffs. By betting twice on this board, our opponent's range gets to the river as mostly 9x or better. So not value betting a hand like pocket 10s and shutting down sometimes with our bluffs like ace deuce is important. As you can see, there are plenty of opportunities for you to introduce more aggression to your game. Study these spots and see for yourself what impact being more aggressive can have on your profitability. Which spots do you struggle with being more aggressive? Let us know in the comments below.
One of the most common situations you'll encounter in poker tournaments is defending your big blind. Both folding too much and playing back in the wrong situations can be a big leak of chips. There are a lot of factors that come into how you proceed. I'm Ian Simpson, Poker Pro and 888 Poker Ambassador, and these 5 tips will help you navigate when and how to defend your big blind. Defending your big blind and position. Like so much in poker, position is key when defending your big blind. If your opponent opens from early position, they've done so with up to 8 players left to act after them. Their range, therefore, is stronger than if someone raised your big blind from late position. Against an under-the-gun raiser, you defend your big blind less often than you do against a button raiser. You'll need a stronger hand to go up against your opponent's stronger range. A hand like 10-7 offsuit looks like a decent hand to defend your big blind with, but I would only do so against someone in late position and not against an under-the-gun raiser. It just doesn't have enough equity against an early position's more robust range. Defending your big blind by raising. Defending your big blind doesn't mean just calling, it means 3-betting too. The later the position your opponent raised from, the more you should be 3-betting, both as bluffs and for value. The earlier the position of your opponent, the tighter their range has to be because they've got so many players left to act after them. You'll be 3-betting less against an early position raiser since you're against a stronger set of hands. Similarly, when you face an opponent from later position, they can be playing more hands since there are fewer people left to beat. This allows you to 3-bet more often since you are against a weaker range. So, against a late position opponent, ace-jack suited is a value 3-bet. But against an opponent from early position, it is often better just to call from the big blind as they have fewer weaker hands that can call your value raise. Defending your big blind depending on raise size. You will face a number of different raise sizes while defending your big blind. The smaller your opponent raises, the more hands you get to play. The larger they raise, the more expensive they make it, the fewer hands you get to play. A hand like Jack Deuce suited is a fine hand to defend against a minimum raise. But if your opponent is raising to 3.5 big blinds, then it becomes a fold because you're getting a worse price. You should also 3-bet less often against the larger raise size, as you will be up against a stronger range of hands in that situation. Defending your big blind and stack sizes. How deep you're playing plays a big factor in how widely you'll defend your big blind. Suited hands, like 9-2 suited, have decent implied odds at 30 to 60 big blind stack depths for when they make a flush and end up getting paid by 2 pairs. However, when you're below 15 big blinds, the implied odds just aren't there. This makes the worst suited hands not worth defending in many situations. There also comes a tipping point at very deep stacks, where the worst suited hands actually begin to have reverse implied odds. This is because if your flush gets into a situation where 200 big blinds are going into the middle, your opponent will often have your flush dominated. They won't be paying you off with 2 pairs and the like as they would be when stacks are shallower. Defending your big blind and ICM. ICM, or the independent chip model, is an important concept in tournament poker. Without going into too much detail, the model demonstrates how important survivability is in tournament poker. It's a disaster to bust just before the payouts in a tournament. Some middling stacks are often forced to play tight and wait for short stacks to bust to avoid being eliminated before them. This means that we have to defend our big blind much tighter. Without ICM considerations, a hand like ace-deuce offsuit would make a fine hand to defend the big blind with, by either raising or calling. However, if you're approaching the money bubble, you might be better off just folding a nebulous hand like this while you wait for short stacks to bust out. So there you have it, 5 factors that influence how you should defend your big blind. The real challenge comes from combining all 5 of these aspects to come up with a game plan for all the situations you will find yourself in.
There are aggressive poker players out there that would move all in here with 9-8 suited.
Oh, he did.
Wow.
Snap, he hasn't really been doing that, and he's run into a monster, and this tournament could be over. Our short stack has picked up ace-king.
Yep.
This is an incredible situation for them. Exactly what they're thinking about. Ah, they've just got more interesting.
But Duarte already folded queens. Oh, but this time he's going to move all in.
Alonso with the short stack, and he's all in.
5-4-4. Maybe he just knew the 10s were going to hold this time, and the 8 queens would not.
Well, let's see if he's right.
Running 4s will also win it for Alonso.
That's the cool way to win it. Bang.
Yeah. Alonso now drawing dead, and he will be our first elimination. Out in 9th place. Grane, after winning a hand with 5-4, picks up 2 blackjacks.
What a hand this is. 6-handed. Extremely powerful.
Yeah, Lechner might have thought about a 3-bet there if he was deeper, but
I think Lechner might want to just calm. Oh dear, this is brutal.
Amazing for Maru.
Yeah, you say brutal.
Yeah.
Maru's getting there. Brutal for who? Brutal, not brutal for me.
I mean,
thank you very much.
Jackson the cutoff, and you're not.
It's.
Let's do it again. Here we go. So we're back. So the final, this has got to be the final session. We're 2 off the money. There's no way it lasts any longer than an hour. No way, Jose. Jay, running back. Here we go. Here we go. The blinds, the clock's not started. You have to jump it in. Don't do it. The clock should be running. It is running. Woo! The blinds, 4-8. I think this is the first time we've been in 4-8 this week. See you in Barcelona. What's in Barcelona? Is that an 888 Barcelona live? When is it? NYW? When is it? When's Barcelona? Never been to Barcelona. I've been to a few parts of Spain, but never Barcelona. And I've never been in Madrid. Is it Catalan? Barcelona? It's in May. Is it a C4? Well, we have a couple of events in May, but we've also got a couple of weeks where we're free. So you never know. Barcelona could be the one. Do you know the dates, mate, in C4? Do you know the dates exactly? Oh, what's happening over there? There's lots of running about. Lots of running about. It's the 888 euro in Barcelona. Very nice indeed. So the clock's just been paused. So the clock's just been paused because Tim Chung has been forced all in on the big blind, and he's got, what's he got? Queen 4. It's against Ace 8. It's 8 he's playing. We need a jack or a queen, and it's a 9. So Tim Chung busts, and that is why the clock is paused, because straight away we are now down to 24. So we're on 24, which means we're going to be hand for hand. We're going to be pausing the clock till we tell everybody what's happening. We're going to be 24, 3 tables of 8. So Tim Bubbles in 25th, not the pure bubble, because we are now on the pure bubble. Just checking that there's 24. Here we go. Luke shouts. So we are now on the pure bubble for the bags. Nobody's told me. Nobody has told me when Barcelona is. What dates? Yeah, Bix is still in, just changing tables. Still in. She would have gone to say unlucky to Tim, that's what she would have done. We're on 24. Big City is still in. Not a bad flop for Bo. Jack 7. Thanks to C4. 10th till the 22nd of May. Well, the 22nd of May, we're in London. So we're on the pure bubble. Bo with the Queen Jack on a Jack 7 flop. Cassandra obviously with the 2 9s to hit. Playing this pretty small. So better 40 from Bo. Cassandra with the 9s. Is she calling? She is. Non-believer. An absolute non-believer. And now if we're going to rep an ace for Cassandra, this could be a huge pot. Because Cassandra could be... Don't think she's calling if it's a chunky bet on the river. But he's going to be targeting any ace-X on the river. So he could go sizable. Might make it about 90k, 100k maybe. Just going to be trying to exploit the ace 10, ace 9. Any ace-X for Cassandra. Just descending on the size that Bo does decide to go.
Really bad catcher though for Cassandra. 2 9s. The bluffs here are 9-8 and 9-10, as well as 8-9. So it's 8-9, 9-10, 10-8 are the bluffs here on the Jack 7. So we block the bluffs heavily as Cassandra. And personally, I might have just folded turn with this hand. Like call the check raise, yes, but when Bo continues barreling,
yeah, that's chunky.
And we have a hand that just has removal to the bluffs.
100k. Oh, nice. Spot on.
It's just not one that seemed like a good call.
Don't think we can call this for Cassandra. Do not think we can call this. We won't be calling this for Cassandra. She'll be thinking about it, but I can't see any call coming in. So out they go. Yeah, the 10th till the 8th till the 20th makes more sense, Cooler Fish, because the 22nd is actually a Wednesday, and I can't see any comps finishing or any festivals finishing on a Wednesday, which is the 22nd of May, which is when we go to London for the last time before a refurb. And talking of refurbs, not only have we got changed dates, we've also got this in July. We have?
Yeah, we have, but every time you pop this one out, I'm still a little bit tilted that Brandon Shields got to play the marketing sit and go, and he's got a beard. I was told no beards, no hat. That's what I was told.
Swing your pants.
What's that on Brandon's chin?
Hair. Lots of hair. But Liverpool do have a summer festival. It's a full festival as well, not just a main event. The buy-in is 560. There's going to be satellites and plenty of satellites at Leo's. So if you're in the Liverpool area, there will be plenty of satellites for that. That is fantastic for Leo's and Liverpool to get them on the map as a 560 in July.
Yeah, nice little event they got running there.
Indeed, they have. There'll be plenty of satellites at Leo's. Make sure you check out the website. There'll be side events as well. Plenty going on. So a new event in Leo's, new event in Cardiff, change of venues from the Vic as it's having a refurb from the end of June. Yeah, it does sound, the Summerfest in Liverpool, it sounds fantastic, doesn't it? It really does. There's a hotel next door called the Campanile. There's plenty of hotels within a mile of the venue down Albert Dock. It'll be busy.
He's up like a jack in the box, Alex.
He is,
he's
isn't he?
up, down, up, down.
I know he's rooting for Josh, who's sat on the outer table. Clock carries on. I walked out, he went, nice one, Tower. He says, you nearly got it spot on.
That was great. That was one of Probably in my top 5 tower moments. That was something else. You got it. You got it bob on as well, Tower. It's exactly the lean, the where you held the phone. Josh, you missed Tower's impression of Alex Montgomery earlier. He put the camera on, he done his pretending Alex was doing one of his stories on Facebook. When he asked me to get my chopper out in Blackpool, that was class as well. When he said there has been some. If you gave me 10 minutes to think, I'm sure I could reel them off. But there's been some great ones.
Hey, if only we had a highlight, really. No, the week after. Well, I know what you mean, Vanessa. The week after, we will be in Luton. We'll show you. I should show you Luton's schedule. Something's happening on the outer table. I'm not too sure what yet. Anything happens, we'll let you know. But Luton starts on the 24th of April. We're not there on the 24th. We're there the week after on the 1st. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This lad's golfing. When is it?
Yeah.
When are you golfing?
Thursday the 2nd to Sunday
Awesome.
the 5th. But I might pop up for the midi. I might go and play the midi. So you may see me there not working.
Yeah. We will have Sam Orledge in the comms Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday will be sorted. But we have that's the Luton schedule. Plenty going on in Luton. If you can make Luton, it's going to be another busy one.
I've just realised something as well. I know why Josh Hardman's in the chat. They're all waiting for me to finish. They're all rubbing their hands together, thinking it'll be done soon. Some easy money at the old Big Two. We tee off at like midday on the Sunday, Vanessa, so probably from Sussex back to Birmingham. I'll probably be back to home about 9-10 p.m. Sunday. And then I fly out to Cyprus on the Monday. So busy.
So Mihail with the 9s in the hijack.
Yeah, just going to send Tao up. We're not messing about on the bubble.
He's folded.
He's folded.
He's folded the 9s.
He's just let the 9s go. Mihail wants the cash.
He's folded the 9s. There's not playing many hands.
Oh my word, as well.
What a fold.
What an unbelievable fold. Bo had queens on the button. Mihail, you'd see so many just send there, Tower. Yes, we are on the bubble, but just percentages. Very difficult for someone to wake up with a hand better than 9s, just 4 players to get through.
What a to fold with the 9s.
How's he do it? 12 bigs, 9s folds around to us late position, even on the bubble. I'm just going to be all in.
So Cassandra on the big, Louis out of the way. Ball with Queen Deuce. Rich with the ace 10. 112.
It's 14 bigs. Can just send here, Tower, even on the bubble. We've got 2 players to get through. It's the same scenario as the 9s,
And
just
that's
percentages.
exactly what he said. I'm all in. He announced a lot. Oh, Mr. Whitehead.
Mr. Whitehead with the jacks, and it's not going to be folding. So should just be an all-in here from Gary Whitehead. And here we go. We're not going to be showing any cards.
He has announced it.
We have an all-in and a call on the bubble. And will this burst it?
Richard Hare on the table. Ace 10 off. Gary Whitehead has him covered with the jacks.
So just waiting for all other tables to finish before cards are spun over.
Everybody's sitting down.
Yeah, so we actually...
So Frank is here.
So we got 2 all-in and calls towers. There's actually 1 on an outer table as well. We're going to run this one on the feature first.
Okay.
So 2 all-in and calls, 1 on the feature, 1 on the outer. We're going to run it on the feature, then head straight over to the outer table. So if Rich does bust here, he'll have a chance. Would he chop him in cash? No, he won't.
No,
you only
no
bag.
bag.
Yeah.
No bag.
Well,
we're not. We're going to bag now.
Yes, we are.
We are bagging now as Rich.
Running diamonds is a thing, but nice and clean for Rich. Ace high. Well.
Oh no, running diamonds or a jack to fade now.
It's never easy. Oh, the suspense.
Oh, it's a diamond! The jack of diamonds plays for Gary Wyatt. Richard Hare does not bag.
And now we head straight over to the outer. So, all in on the button. And it's Paul Mason who has shoved his 20k stack.
You got called twice.
Bixie Yao and Stephen Coxon calling in the blinds.
There they are. Checking it down by the looks of it.
Check, 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 check.
Whoa.
So to the river.
The 7 of diamonds.
So it should just check it down, these two, and this super nutted. And it does check down, it's 2 pair.
Ace, jack, 6, 7.
So Stephen
2
Coxon
pair.
with 2 pair, and Paul Mason hasn't turned his hand over yet. But
oh, he slipped them into the muck because he's only got king, queen.
So that is that, guys. We lose 2 on the money bubble, so that's going to leave us with 22 players that are going to bag for this flight. We see Richard Hare and Paul Mason bubble. And that is that from us this evening, midnight. Who would have guessed midnight? I said 10 o'clock this morning. Midnight. And tell you what, Tower. I'll tell you what. We've done the 2.5k 5 today. We've done the 3k 6 today. We've even done a little bit of the 4k 8 today.
Do you know what?
We got to do them all
Let's
again
do
tomorrow.
it again. How many players are coming through? That I don't know. But the chip count, so 22. If we can quickly, is that about 50? Exactly 50?
Exactly 50.
Exactly 50, making it through to day 2 and in the money, because you don't chop anything if you don't bag.
That's true.
So 2 eliminated means there's exactly 50 coming through. So down at the bottom, Matthew Archer on 58, Charles Eel making it through on 76.
Sound low. We'll speak up, Max Ali. There's no sound. It done this yesterday as well.
How weird is that? The sound is really low. It just goes off. We'll turn that off. We're not having that. Are we back? How do we sound now? How do we sound now? Hello. Give us a shake. Are we back? Are we back to normal? Yes, we're back to normal. How weird is that?
It's so weird.
We put the chip counts up and nobody wants us to talk.
You can find the chip counts on socials as well, guys. So check out socials if you want full chip counts. We've got 50 players coming back today. There'll be a full list of all 50 players before we start tomorrow with their stack sizes. So
we'll have that.
Have a check on socials if you want to see those.
And it is 12:20. So 12:20 with 50 players left. They're all in the money. Don't know the cash outs, don't know the payouts, don't know what first price is, but you will know it as soon as we start tomorrow. So 50 players starting at 2,500, 5,000, down to a champion of the main events here at the 888 Festival in Manchester on Berry New Road. We've got loads of side events. We'll give you all them tomorrow because we don't want the sound to go off.
Don't wind them up.
Because if we do, you'll not be able to hear us. So, what we will say is thanks for tuning in. Thanks for having a lot of fun. Well done to this guy yet again. He keeps winning money. It's just like that. It's like that. Well done to everybody. Thanks for keeping us entertained in the chat box. And we'll see you tomorrow for the final day of the main event starting at 12:20 on the stream. Ta-ta.
Good night, everyone.